2 from Asia, 7 from Europe, 1 from the Caribbean, and we have the Olympic and the 2009-2010 World Champions with us. In addition, the Junior World Champion for the current season and the Universiade Champion. And now a opportunity to meet them individually. This is Kianush Rostami, Junior World Champion representing Iran from Kermanshah in the west of the country. Next, Gabriel Sinclayan from Romania, who was 7th last year in Antalya in the World Championships. The bronze medalist in the Junior Worlds last year was the Egyptian Ragab Abdel Hai Saeed. Every one of these 11 men are proven contenders. Next, it's Abti Akadov from Chechnya, the Junior World silver medalist this year. And now the French favourite from Bordeaux, the European bronze medalist this year, Benjamin Enakin. Benjamin, 27 years of age. Representing Albania, Suli Ilian. He's the oldest of the class at 35. He got a Snatch silver medal back in the 2000 Worlds. The man who won this title, Lu Yong, he also won the Olympics. He won the world title in 2009, representing China. For the Ukraine, it's Yuri Chiquita, 4th in the World Championships last year in Antalya, Turkey. Another champion, this is Rinat Kireev from Ufa in Russia. This season's university champion, won the title in Shenzhen. From the Caribbean, welcome to the Pan American Games champion. This is Yami Hernandez. And completing the list, Adrienne Szalinski of Poland, the reigning and the defending world champion who won this title September a year ago on the stage. Well, here is the list of those who won this title, and there you see Andrei Rybakov. Rybakov, who is a shadow of his former self and actually competed in the B group today, produced a snatch of 178 kilos, which might be of interest in the race, at least for the snatch gold medal. So keep an eye on that factor. It's just unfortunate that his preparation hasn't gone as well, and he can't lift the heavy clean and jerk weight. But still a danger in the snatch. And here is the man, Andrei Rybakov, the world champion in 2007, the world record holder, and a man who tied with Lu Yong in the Olympic Games on exactly the same kilos, but because he was slightly heavier, didn't get the gold. He'd have rather had the gold than having the world record, but that's the way it worked out. This was his 3rd attempt at 170 kilos. Great lift. This is his speciality. His world record is 187 kilos, so that tells you that he's not in tip-top condition, but nonetheless, he is a threat. So one of the best atmospheres we've seen. It's going to be noisy all the way through. But do sit back with Randy Strossen and myself, David Goldstrom, for what we hope is going to be a really exciting evening. So once again, a very warm welcome to the 85 kilo championship of the world. Myself, David Goldstrom, together with Randy Strossen of Iron Mind. A very good evening to you, Randy. We've got a terrific field here. 11 all achievers. Should be terrific.
Absolutely, David. You know, this crowd's been fantastic all week, but now they've really got a reason to cheer. Their countrymen will be in the hunt for a medal. They hope in the clean and jerk.
Produced his best performance in the Europeans. There's only a 15 kilo spread on the entry totals right across. And the first man out representing Egypt from Alexandria, Ragab Abdel Hai Saeed, opening up on 155 kilos. And that just puts into context Rybakov, the 178 that he lifted in the B group.
You know, it also says something about the crowd, David, because here we are at a class for the world record in Sanchez, 187, and they're cheering as if he's going after the world record at 155.
Well, as we all know, Randy, some are stronger in the first phase, the snatch, and others are better in the clean and jerk. But what this man will be doing is trying to build towards getting a 6 out of 6. Egypt, like all the countries at these World Championships, conscious of the fact that not only do they need to try to get to the medals, but at least get as many points, and they do that by getting the highest possible placing. The more good lifts you make, in principle, the more points you'll get for your country. Now, this is the Pan American Games champion. This is Yami Hernandez from Havana. A full-time athlete, married, one child, and whips the bar overhead. 155. Body weight wise, two heavy men in the class, Sully Iliran of Albania and Kiriev of Russia. But that was pretty good, Randy.
Oh, it was, absolutely. Smooth, nice, strong-looking lift, too.
And all of these men backstage have been warming up over the last 60 minutes. They weighed in a couple of hours ago. They're all very conscious of the talent in the warm-up room. And this is a night where coaches have got to be on their toes in terms of working out what their lifters go for.
Yeah.
I was going to say, with 15 kilos across the class, as you see Enekan just in the middle stages of his warm-up, they have to be alert.
You know, this point about Andre Reebok in the B session, I'm not sure his total's going to hold up, but his snatch is definitely a threat, I think.
Yeah, and talking to Alexandra Kurlovich, known as Sasha, their former heavyweight star, is now the president of the situation. He just shakes his head and he said, it's just not gone well. The preparation hasn't gone well. We've had to do what we do, and what we do is to put him into the B group because we knew that his overall totals wouldn't hold up.
Didn't they have a tragic death of one of the two? They had two up-and-coming guys. One of them died tragically earlier this year.
Yeah, but that hasn't actually, it's nothing to do with Reebokov's preparation.
No, but I think they're already getting ready to fill his shoes. I think that's why they're testing waters with those other two guys that we've seen in the last couple of years. You know, the Albanian, we haven't seen him for a long time.
No, I'll tell you about him when we get to him. But this is Hernandez out for 160, which is a 5-kilo increase. He's, again, here's a perfect example of a man who needs to do his best here. 160, 162 is where they're thinking. Much better at the clean and jerk. 205 is 208 they're looking for tonight. So needs 3 good lifts here. And look at the right leg.
You know, with the intel you gather, you should start a little side business of selling these goals to other teams as you collect all this information. He's going to squeeze it off the floor, accelerate at that point, get his body under, the right knee's going in. That's because he's trying to get himself under the bar. The bar's out front, no lift.
But that right foot was almost turning over there.
Absolutely.
So the problem is now, as I just said, they were looking to get at least 162. Now they could put it up to 162 if they feel that he's got the strength. They don't have to go for 160, but maybe they're just already feeling a bit nervous. They know really that he's not going to be in there amongst the overall medals. He entered a total of 378. The top totals, the Iranian Rostami 381, Akadov of Russia 385, also Liu Yong. Question about Liu Yong. There was a little murmur going around the warm-up room about his elbow.
Oh, interesting.
So interesting to watch the Olympic and world champion.
Yeah, the guy I think who probably has the highest posted total ever. I mean, of this group going in.
Well, Liu Yong and Akadov have both gone 385. So
he did 94 at the Olympics. 394. putting this in perspective, we project he's going to clean and jerk in about the same range as Anakin. So to kind of give everybody a warm-up, for the battle that's coming up down the road for the medal that the French will be watching.
And one thing that's been a factor, and also really good all the way through these championships, how the crowd have actually got in there to help a lifter when they get a difficult moment. And this is a difficult moment, and they're getting behind him, which is good. 20 seconds. Needs to make this.
Now that is a problem now. 160 in terms of his target, where he was hoping to go. If he hadn't got the extra 2 kilos, wouldn't have been too bad. But now he's dropped down to 155, Randy. Problem.
Yeah, they're probably really glad at this point, too, that they didn't go up, although maybe they could say, we might as well put whatever we wanted on the bar. He wasn't going to lift it anyway. Not the way he wants to start off, but the clean jerk is his lift. He'll be back.
Yeah.
So, out onto the stage,
Bagab Abdelhai Saeed, 4th in the Junior Worlds this year.
and he equals the kilos that he lifted in that World Junior Championship. So he's right on his personal best there with that second attempt, and he's also got a pretty good ratio.
Yeah, really good and low. Did you see that bow position on that lift? Well, guess who's coming out, I guess.
Generally, the Egyptian makes about 4 out of 6, which is not a bad percentage. Stand by for the man from Bordeaux, the European bronze medalist, Benjamin Enekan.
You know, it's been an enthusiastic crowd all week, but I don't think they've made the floor vibrate till now.
But they need to calm a little bit. He needs to focus.
He mustn't react to this. He's got to... This is the noisiest, biggest stage he's ever been on. 162 for Benjamin Enekan's opener.
Technically, absolutely perfect. And look at that.
Just the kind of start he'd want. Comes up the floor pretty quickly, actually, just sinks the putt on that, and he's ready to hit the most muscular pose when he's done.
Not easy when you know that you've got a stadium full of expectation. They've sold the tickets tonight of one man. So from Enekan, who's 27, to Suli Ilian from Albania, who's 35. We haven't seen much of him the last time he was in the Beijing Olympic Games, but he did actually get a Snatch silver medal in the World Championships in 2002 in Warsaw. He's had lots of time out because of hands.
You wonder, too, is he a lifter who has whistled back into service in the Albanians' effort to garner as many team points as they could?
Yeah,
comes off the floor, bounces, and not even close, really. Knocks that out front, not enough height either, probably.
Yeah, my worry for him is rustiness. It's really difficult. You know, he hasn't competed on a major championship stage, Randy, since Beijing, when he competed actually in the 77 kilos. When he got that silver medal back in 2002, he was actually in the 85s. But what's very difficult, you know, someone like Matthias Steiner in the super heavyweight class, who's been ruled out now and hasn't been able to come here because he had an operation on, you know, tendons in his knee. You know, he is going to be so rusty, even if he gets back to, you know, good form, as you see Enekan just resting in there.
You know, age is a factor here, too, I think. You know, we'd like to say, oh, it's just a number, but there's a biological clock ticking. He's 35, right? 35 is pretty old in the sport of weightlifting. It's, you know, this is a sport of lightning speed.
Nice guy. I really had a nice little chat with him and his coach just before we got underway. And, you know, the thing is that all the federations realise that this 85 kilo category is very open. So, you know, you shouldn't be intimidated by saying, oh, well, we won't bother to enter. Now, second attempt. Well done. Well repaired. 3 white lights coming his way. Yes, indeed. Wipes his brow with a sigh of relief there.
Yeah, I think he probably felt a lot of pressure on that. He's going to run after the bar a little bit to hang on to this left.
Yeah, but he gets underneath it and he stays underneath it, and he's on the 4 meter square platform, so no worries. Now, 163, the bar going up here. Remember that Andrei Rybakov best B group snatch. 178, still a long way from that. So this for 3 out of 3 for the Egyptian. Pity, that would have just moved him up to 3rd in the snatch rankings for a moment at least. So just moving forward here, and just to whet your appetite a little bit, could anybody get up to the 178 that Rybakov's got? Well, Liu Yong, the Olympic champions, posted 170 as his starter. So has Adrienne Szalinski, the defending champion, and 167 for Apti Audakov. Those are the 3 guys, but we welcome to the stage for the first time now Yuri Chiquita, 22 years of age for the Ukraine. Chiquita, not particularly stellar last year in the World Championships, much better last year in Minsk in the Europeans. But as you might expect, tuned up for this.
Looks pretty awkward, doesn't he, with the bar overhead, shoulders hunched in.
Yeah, I think that often happens on the first one.
I think it's maybe the way he's built.
But he's also plenty aggressive, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Just doesn't look natural. I have tight shoulders, you know, maybe.
Let's wait for the second attempt, yeah. Mandy, because now in comes the first of the 2 Russians, the Universiad champion Rinat Kireyev from Ufa, in the big city of about 1 million people in the middle of the Volga region. Now I'm fascinated where they've opened up here on 165.
Very nicely done. I'm pleased to see him do that. His approach really caught my eye. The way he walked up to the platform. I don't know if you watched that too, David. This guy just walked in like, here I am, I'm about to lift this. Just takes care of business. Great concentration. Nails this lift.
Now he's right on the mark here that he lifted in the University Championships on the way to that title. But perhaps more significantly, just recently, building up, and I mean in the last few weeks, he's actually lifted 175, the Russian.
Yeah, I have a feeling he's one of their men of the future, and that's why we're seeing him here tonight.
So Benjamin Eneka, 3 kilos the increase to 165, and this will be the same contribution as he had when he took the bronze medal in Kazan earlier this year. He had a good series there. He made 5 out of 6. So he wants to get this. In fact, this 167 will be 2 kilos over. This is a personal best attempt. Big lift. And it's a big lift because he can bring his strength in the clean and jerk to play in his quest for a total medal, providing he stays in touch. And staying in touch depends on this.
Longtemps l'extension!
15 seconds just passed.
nice lift.
The first one you should always get because it's one you've done a million times. The second one is also within a range that you have confidence of achieving. It's the third one where you really push yourself. And I think, to be honest, tonight he could do with another 3 kilos on the third attempt to go to 170 to give himself some sort of chance here. You know, he totaled, Randy, 373 in the Europeans. Now, if he got 170 here, and he actually then put on 205, 208, he'd be in with a shout Enika. We now revert to the Albanian, Suli. Third attempt, 167.
I'd love to see him do it. I think there would have to be a lot of roadkill along the way, though, for him to end up in the podium on the total. And that might happen. Clean and jerk, if he ends up in the podium clean and jerk, that would be great.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if he could get the 170 Benjamin, that honestly gives him a much better chance with the clean and jerk, because he suddenly gets more margin, more possibility to play with his opener, his second attempt. They just get more options.
Yeah, I'm not going to give up hope that we see maybe a snatch in the 180-ish range. Might not happen, but...
So, the second Russian, but this one making his first appearance, one of 6 children from just outside Chechnya, or I should say, what's the capital of Chechnya? Gorshky, isn't it?
Boy, I don't know, you got me in that, David.
Junior world champion last season, silver medalist this season, Apti Arkadov. 168 kilos for his opener.
Whoa. I got to tell you, I think both Russians are looking really good. You know, their early efforts.
And he's opening up on a kilo over his predicted starting weight. It's actually Grozny, and he lives about 40 kilos away. Here we go. Have a look at this.
Squeezes off the floor, pounds under that, nails it.
Feet don't move, Randy.
Yeah, just like his teammates. These guys are really on track tonight, you know, based on one attempt.
Now, one of Iran's big hopes for these championships. They've got plenty of medal hopes coming up over the last couple of days of the championships, but this is Kianush Rostami. He comes here as the reigning junior champion of the world at 85 kilos. He moved up since last year to this weight, comes from the west of his country, a place called Kemanshana, which is pretty close to the border with Iraq. Very steady in the bottom position, but completes well. New personal best, lift number 1, Randy.
Yeah, I would say it's not quite as slick as the Russians. Watch this end. Well, I don't know, you know, just a little movement in the bottom position. Nice lift, though, really nice lift. This guy's a guy we're really going to have to keep our eye on tonight. He's someone who can really do damage, I think, as far as the medal hunt goes.
Yeah, he's put in a 381 total, which is only 4 kilos short of the likes of Akadov and Liu Yong. So he's put himself in as a contender, very much in the region of gold, silver and bronze. And this is 22-year-old Gabriel Sintrayan of Romania. Interesting to see how much he has improved since last year when he finished in 7th place. So 169 kilos on the bar for him. Opening attempt. And he's also put the bar up 4 kilos from what he originally posted. So has warm-up gone well? We're about to find out. Down to 10 seconds left. Pretty good. They just it right.
Excellent. Boy, what a nice lift. Watch this, just nails it. It's going to look like it's an empty bar. He lifts it so easily. Boom. What a nice lift.
Well, this is progressing really nicely at the moment. Still the man from the B-boot, Reebok, in the lead. So onto the stage comes the man who beat Andrei Rybakov of Belarus in the Olympic Games by body weight. Rybakov, who was forced to compete in the B group because preparation hasn't gone well, but he's put in a good snatch of 178, which still leads the way, and this is Lu Yong. Now, there was just a little rumour going around that he's had some elbow problems. 170 to open to go into second place. Very good, little adjustment with the feet there, but really good opener from Lu Yong. 25 years of age, the Olympic champion, the world champion in 2009 in Goyang, and certainly 173, 175 at his best. That's the sort of territory. And from the world champion of 2009 to the world champion of 2010. Adrienne Szalinski from Poland. Big breakthrough last year when he won in Antalya. Imposing figure on the stage. Perhaps the most successful lifter for the Poles at the heavier classes, Szymon Koleczki, who did so well back in the days of Sydney and the Olympics when he got the silver medal. But this man, probably the brightest, I'm referring to Szalinski, since Szymon Koleczki at the heavier weights. And now Chiquita from the Ukraine. Chiquita looking to move up into third place in the snatch. He's in seventh, and he stays seventh.
Another attempt at 170 kilos, the second one for Adrienne from Russia.
Fortunately for Chiquita, this weight is also wanted by Rinat Kireev. And Kireev taking a 5 kilo increase here. Good lift. And looks as if there can be more to come from him. Well, they're going for 170, which was the 3 kilos that I was suggesting that Benjamin Hennequin really needed to get. And this will take him up into the bronze medal position in the snatch phase. Hennequin weighed in at 84.69.
Bien fixé longtemps.
That is just what they wanted. A new personal best and 170 kilos, 3 out of 3, and the platform for the European bronze medalist representing France to move forward into the second half of the competition in his quest for an overall medal. Quick Drops the bar, a couple of places forward, feet in line, confident and on fire. And disappointment there for Chiquita.
172 kilos, please. 172 kilos.
Bar going to 172 kilos now. And Kirev of Russia coming out for 172 kilos.
There's a change. 173 kilos, please.
And the bar, in fact, going to 173 kilos for the other Russian. So it's going to be Apti Akadov for Russia, who comes out to take his second attempt. Now, Akadov is on 168, so this is a 5 kilo increase. Akadov, the Russian from Chechnya, capital Grozny, and he lives about 40 kilometers away in Goros Martin. They evacuated when the war was on and then came back, and they've actually set up a weightlifting club for kids. David Brigger, the head coach for the Russians, looking sternly on. 173 to go into silver medal position in the snatch. 15 seconds. And that bar just swung back behind him. That's an unexpected setback, I would say, for Apti. And this is sort of round about his best there, but you can see that the movement of the bar, just taking it behind, couldn't save that at all. The next man out is going to be the junior world champion from Iran, Rostami. And Rostami taking a 4 kilo increase to 173. This is new territory in what is a new class, really. Only moved up after last year's junior worlds. Time is okay. Settle. Focus. Really well done. And goes into overall silver. He's one of the more promising Iranians. This is new generation, only 20 years of age. So at the moment, Reebok from the B group still leads with 178. The former world champion, but not in world championship condition, unfortunately, for the Belarus. Silver medal position at the moment, Rostami. Third, Adrienne Szalinski, the defending world champion, and this now, Rinat Kireev. This could be really interesting for the Russians. Really needs to make this to keep them up and in there. Well, given that they said that he was lifting 175 just in the gym just the other day, they'll be disappointed with that. And it means that he stays in about 6th place, but this is all about kilos on the bar and staying within touch. So now Akadov, third attempt at 173 for him. Nobody's got to the man in the B group yet. And behind again.
175 kilos, please.
Allez, on va mettre le 3 paires de 25 pour la première fois à l'arraché de cette semaine. 175 kilos. Et avec le Snatch Ryan.
Second attempt for Gabriel Ciprian from
Prise de risque. Je pense que là, il va chercher à faire un peu le fou à l'arraché.
So now the Romanian Sinkrayan. Now this could take him up in 175, could take him up into, in fact, Solinsky of Poland could take him up 174 kilos on the bar. But they've got to stop him because they've made a mess of this.
There's going to be a change. 174 kilos, please. Another athlete wants 174 kilos. His name is Adrienne Szalinski.
So Adrienne Szalinski, the world champion, wants 174 before we get to 175. So there's a bit of a mix-up there. They had to pull Sinkrayan off the stage, which is never great. So Szalinski now, 174, the world champion. This is a kilo more than he lifted in Antalya in this half of the competition a year ago. So this for silver medal position. He then have one attempt to try and get up to Rebokov's 178. Currently third, looking to go second. No problem. 4 kilo increase and executes really well. Have a look at this, really fluent and well connected, fast, feet really still, doesn't really have to adjust.
Deuxième essai. Rybakov toujours en tête avec sa barre de 178 sur le plateau B.
There is a cleaning process going on, making sure the barbell is in perfect condition for each and every athlete.
So a bit of prowling here by Sinkrayan of Romania. This is the man who has got hauled off the stage. And the loaders just cleaning the bar. 175 to go into second place for this man. Well, he does have one more opportunity.
This time, a second attempt for Yami from China.
Well, all the time, the Olympic champion has been keeping his powder dry, waiting for his opportunity to come on and take his second attempt. Lu Yong about to come onto the stage. Lu taking a 5 kilo increase up into, at the moment he's in 5th place, looking to go into second spot. Considerable achiever, Asian Games champion last season, Asian Champions champion this season, total 385, and he was putting 173 kilos towards each of those titles, but when he won in Goyang, he lifted this weight 2 years ago.
Has one more go at it. Well, the lifts are running out, and Andrei Rybakov, he may not
win the world title, and he may be well below par, but there's every chance he might take the gold medal. He looks very, very likely to take a medal, but there are some attempts out there. Rostami Kianush. And bodyweight may come into this. Reebok 84.46. Now that is actually lighter than the Iranian. It's lighter than Sinkrayan, who's got to come in and take another one. It's lighter than Liu Yong. And it's actually lighter than Szalinski of Poland. So effectively, to get past Reebok, they've actually got to lift 179 to actually get into the gold medal position. And you can see this is going to be Liu Yong at 175, so he's one contender who isn't going to go there. But all of these men have primarily their eyes on the major prize, which is the overall title. Fantastic atmosphere in the hall. It's been good all week. It's fantastic tonight. Great, terrific. And the crowd's favourite, Benjamin Hennigan, in 4th place after 3 good lifts out of 3. Actually the only man to have done that so far. And Liu Yong didn't really get to grips with that, and 1 out of 3, sorry, not Liu Yong, Sinclair, only 1 out of 3, and that's so Liu Yong indeed just 1 out of 3, and leaves him where he is at the moment, 5th place. So it's going to be very interesting to see the range at the halfway stage. We started with a 15-kilo range amongst all the competitors there on the right there. Hossan Rezazadeh, the former Olympic and multi-world champion and world record holder, still in the super heavyweight class. And rooting the president of the Iranian Weightlifting Federation for Rostami of Iran. 3rd and final attempt. Heading. But you need to perhaps put in context the fact that in the Junior Worlds this year he lifted 168 kilos. He's already done 5 kilos better than that, and it leaves him in overall bronze medal position at the moment. And Szalinski coming out now to go for 176. So the defending world champion. 40 seconds, locks on, arms almost out at the extremity of the bar. More than double body weight this. Just over at least. And he stays in 2nd place. So only 1 more lift available, and it's the man who's currently in 7th place, Romania's Gabriel Sinkrayan, who has the opportunity to whiz himself up into silver medal position. If he doesn't make this, then he drops down to 169. He failed at 175. He's pushed the bar up to 176, bought himself a little bit more preparation time. It's not Szalinski, that was the wrong caption. This is Sinkrayan at 176. Big moment. Not on this occasion.
And so the man who lifted in the B group, Reebok, who you saw in our introduction, hopefully, the former world champion and Olympic silver medalist who unfortunately didn't have a great preparation, he wins the gold medal, and the silver medal goes to Adrienne Szalinski of Poland, with the bronze to Iran's Kianush Rostami. And the halfway stage there sees a very, very close competition. The man in second place has 174 kilos. The man in fifth place has 170, that's Liu Yong. Dr. Thomas Ian on the left of your picture there, the president of the International Weightlifting Federation. On his right, that was Jean-Paul Bourgaret-Des, the president of the French Weightlifting Federation, hosting, of course, these championships in Paris. The countdown is on for the clean and jerk. Just over 9 minutes to go until the boys come out for the second and decisive phase of this competition. But it is all to play for, because Andrei Rybakov's clean and jerk was predictably not so strong. It was just 190, and plenty of men who could go over 200. But Rybakov from the B group, 178, wins the gold. Szalinski, the defending champion, 174. Then Rostami a kilo down. Look at this here, 174 you need to concentrate on, down to sixth place there. Only 4 kilos separating second and sixth. Only 5 separating second and seventh. Only 6 kilos separating down to Akadov. And therefore game is very much on here as we look towards the second half. Well, that was the hors d'oeuvre. The main course comes up with the clean and jerk.